Good morning, friends, followers and channel members, and to our American friends, if they're up there yet, happy Thanksgiving! Welcome to this special Thanksgiving flight. This stream taking us between two of the USA's oldest colonies. We're departing from Newport News Williamsburg Airport, but that's the closest major airport I could actually find to Jamestown in Virginia, which is one of the oldest towns in the USA. Flying down then to St Augustine in Florida, which is tipped to be, I believe, the oldest settlement in the USA. Now, obviously, my knowledge of America is sketchy at best, so if any of our viewers know any different, then feel free to let us know, but I'm not changing the flight plan now. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Chad. Lewis Aviation, good to see you. Lewis, you're in the gym. And I'm on the phone and the earphones. Well, Lewis, we'll keep you going. Just keep on working hard. Dr. Magic, hello, good to see you. Dark Fury, great to see you as well. Barry Bartson, Thanksgiving today, busiest day of the year for US plumbers tomorrow. And Mark, good to see you as well. Willie, hey Willie Canuck, massive happy Thanksgiving from me to everyone in the US. Mark is sat, in quotations, working from home. Yeah, Mark, I know how that feels. Oh, the sun is slowly coming up. We are heading down the east coast, of course, as I said, from Newport, Williamsburg down to St. Augustine in Florida. Flight time about 1 hour 30 minutes. And we're going to get on board in just a sec. Ray, do I use Simlish for the flight plans? I do indeed. And to that end, for those of you watching on YouTube, let me pop the operational flight plan into the chat. So if you do want to follow along what we're doing, then there it is. You now have it. My cat's on fire. Good morning, mate. It's been a while since I've seen you. I never forget your username. Energie, bonjour from France. And Captain Azobolsk, you're not at school because you're ill. Oh, I hope it's not the dreaded COVID. If it is, I hope you are well. Well, I hope you're well regardless of what it is that you've got. Looking forward to a chilled out flight today. Strangely enough, yes, we're going to be chilled. We're not going to be too real ops about this, but we'll obviously stick to our normal procedures. But we are on VATSIM, so I don't expect to have any ATC, but we are on VATSIM. Let's get on board. Oh, there's some strange warning sounds. Right, so we're now on board and we'll be getting ready to fire our aircraft up. Let me just double check. We've already got the ground power unit in place, so let's get the batteries on, get that external power connected, turn the lights on so we can see what it is I am doing. Cold and dark, so I best go through the full setup. Von McLean, good morning. AJ, good morning from the Netherlands. Thanks for stopping by. Carl Wood, hello to you too. Willie, giving you the chance to flex your French muscles there, I see. Do you know what? Let me just set the fuel. I always forget to do this. Just so it's a bit more realistic. There we go. Leave those weights. Leave those turned off. That turned off. That turned off. And, oh, no, don't open that. APU fire test. UK Aviator, good morning. Hey William the Kid, thanks for the follow on Twitch, and Litroy, thanks for the like on Facebook as well. Really do appreciate all the likes, follows, shares, etc. Right, that's the overhead done. Let's just turn the tablet on as well. While we're there, let's get the APU on. 1, 2, 3. Fly with Captain X. Hello, sir. Daytime streams, a little bit different, aren't they, to nighttime streams? I have a little bit more energy, for starters. Rain, you just passed the test on VATSIM just yesterday. The tutorial of VPilot was very helpful. Rain, well, congratulations. Hope to see you in the sky very soon. So, QNH is... QNH 1025. Of course, in the USA, it would not be that. So, 3026. And I'm gonna set. Well, no. Let's just check the center pedestal first of all. There we go. Now we'll come down to the center pedestal, as I said. Not the center pedestal, the center instrument panel. Now we're doing the pedestal. So we're on Unicom, we're on the guard frequency, and doors are open. Have a little bit of flood panel lighting. Turn the integral lighting on as well. Switching panel, thrust levers, and masters, spoilers, flaps, parking brake, transponder. Beautiful. Up then to the glare shield. Now, this airport has no standard instrument departure, so I'm just going to go ahead and set. We'll go ahead and set 18,000 feet for this, which is of course the transition altitude here, isn't it? A little bit of brightness on those displays. There we go. Is that APU up and running? Yes it is. Right, let's get the bleed air on. And we'll just give that a minute. Okay, IRS line is done. Let's check the fuel. So, what fuel do we require? Just over 6.1. I think the weather where we're going is rather nice. So let's just check. Destination, yeah, there's no wind, great visibility. There shouldn't be any issues getting in there. So I see very little reason to load a ton of extra fuel. Let's just, we'll load an extra 300 kilograms. We've got APU running more often than normal, haven't we? So yeah, so let's go with 6.5 tons. There we go. And that's been loaded now in real time. Pilot Colebrook, your A320NX is not showing up in the sim. You have the most recent update. Pilot Colebrook, check for a video on the channel which actually says invisible fly-by-wire aircraft. That should help you out. You may have an old package. Right. APU bleed has been on for a while. Let's get the packs on. And now, let's invite our passengers on board for this special Thanksgiving flight. I've just remembered I've still got an EasyJet sound pack loaded in, which is no good. Do you know what? Let me. I'm just going to restart self-loading cargo. I don't want an EasyJet sound pack. That wouldn't be realistic in the slightest, would it? Give me a second. There we go. American Airlines. Let's get all you guys on board.
Cabin crew, we can open the doors now and start letting them on board. Thanks very much.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, so our passengers are now boarding. Let's come down and look at setting up the box. Matad, hello! How are you doing, mate? Too bad your work break is ending soon. At least you'll be able to watch it this evening. Oh, yes, please do, Matad. AOC menu, init press. Our flight request, 1 hour, 29 minutes. The flight, and the AOC. Weights and balance pages. Let's check the operational flight plan. So, we will have payload of 16,224. Yeah, that's correct. Zero fuel weight then of 62.5 tons. That is correct as well. Let's start loading that weight into the aircraft. Onto the data page, IRS, we have 3 nav green, and we've got correct engines, valid Airac cycle. Okay, AirCars uplink now in progress. Giuseppe, how do you make the VDEV indicator appearing whilst doing an RNAV approach? Oh, you can't make it appear. When doing an RNAV approach, it should appear automatically. However, that's still a little bit bugged out in the sim. It'll come. Right, the alternate today is Kilo Mike Charlie Oscar. Oh, is that Sanford? I could be wrong. Someone correct me. That's what you guys are here for. To correct me when I'm wrong. Is that Sanford? If you know the channel and watch it regularly, you'll know my knowledge of USA ICAO codes is rather appalling. American Airlines 1776, cost index of 8, flight level 340, minus 49, Tropo. I'm happy to leave all those. Okay, the flight plan then. So there is no standard instrument departure for this runway. We're going to be departing runway 25. There's the Henry 3. What's that got in store for us? Oh yeah, okay, so we're not actually flying out to any of the VORs around. We're doing a different route basically. Climb landing 247 to 2,000 feet, and then we get vectors to wherever it is we need, but obviously ATC not online, so we'll just go no ATC, no SIDS, and clear the discontinuity at the other end then. Rain, is it Stanford? Ha! Well, what do you know? I have more rubbish knocking around in my brain than I thought. ILS runway 31 will be our arrival, and the Hot R1. And that is via Kobok? Quick check of that. It is. Initial approach fixes Kobok. Don't you just love it when things work? Transition, none, or is it Basel? Hotar. Yes, it is the Basel transition. There we are. And insert. Right. Distance 505 miles. I've got 519 miles on the operational flight plan. I'm happy with that. Let me just double check our departure again on that SID chart, just to see if there's anything I need regarding. Right, tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to pop in this VOR here, Charlie Charlie Victor, and that purely is because if I have a problem on departure, then I want to get us I don't have the engine out procedures here because we're in America, of course, but if I do have a problem here, then what I'm going to do is I can get the aircraft turned around and we can use this as kind of an initial approach fix back in. Weather's great, so it would be visual anyway with the airport, but let's get that in. 112.2 or Charlie Charlie Victor in the RevNav page. There we go, 112.2, happy with that. What's the init B page, how are we doing? Refueling is still underway, but our passenger weights are now completed, so we can go ahead. There's the zero fuel weight, 62.5. We've got a trip wind, headwind of 17 this morning. And fuel planning 5.1, and we've got 6.4. 6.4. Takeoff weight 68.7, so that's above the maximum landing weight. Worth bringing that into our brief if we did have a problem and needed to return back here. Fuel required for the alternate is 1.4 tons. There we go. Right, onto the performance page then. It's going to be a flaps 1 departure. Well, actually, how long is this runway? Let's have a quick look. It's fine. It's 2,439 meters. So, yeah, flaps 1 is fine. Flaps 1 transition altitude, of course, is 18,000 feet. I didn't fill that in. That's filled it in automatically. Well done, fly-by-wire. It knows where you are in the world. It knows you're in America and, of course, the USA. Is 18,000 feet. Thrust reduction acceleration, I have no idea if this is correct or not, but I'm going to leave that there, 1,000 feet above ground level. So, V2, VR, and V1, all set. Very quick brief then. I've already spoke about the weather. It is beautiful clear skies. That sun is now starting to appear. Looking forward to a glorious, gorgeous looking takeoff. Aircraft is the experimental version, so no it isn't, it's the developer version. It used to be the experimental version, now the developer version from Fly-by-Wire, so we have no terrain, we have no weather, we have no TCAS. Just remember, no more than a VS speed of 1,500 feet per minute as we get close to our leveling off altitude. Threats to be aware of here, I don't really know of any. Minimum safe altitude is 1,900 feet, so altitude, what are we at? 42. Yeah, there's no terrain around here at all that I need to be concerned with. Our taxi, we're going to push back, and then we'll push back from here, take Tango Delta to runway 25. So we'll just make a quick note of that. As I say, we are on VATSIM, so we will need to make a call. There we go. Let's get that off there. I'm not going to do an emergency brief because, well, aside from the usual, my only I don't know the engine out procedures, but I've kind of made one up here a little bit, which was that if I did have a problem on departure, I'd make a left-hand turn and we'd get ourselves back to the Cape Charles VOR, which sets us up nicely for an arrival back on the runway we're departing from, runway 25. Okay, everybody happy? I think so. Passengers are nearly all done and on board, so how's that refueling? That refueling is all completed.
Captain, all passengers are on board and we're finished setting up. Doors are also now closed.
Thank you.
Just looking to see if I can see the hint of the sun coming up. We did a flight yesterday. The sun just was shining through into the cockpit, and it looked wonderful. Right, time now to lock those flight deck doors. And we'll get the seatbelt signs on, we'll get the fuel pumps on, we'll clean up the cabin, and then we'll be ready to run our before start checklists.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. My name is Gavin, and I'd like to welcome you aboard this Airbus A320neo aircraft. Our flight time today should be as scheduled, and we're not anticipating any delays or any bad weather, so we should have a nice, pleasant, safe flight for you. In the next few minutes or so, we'd like you to get yourself seated, sat down safely with your seatbelts fastened, and make sure the aisles are kept clear so that our cabin crew will allow seating other fellow passengers. The ground crew are nearly finishing loading everything into the aircraft, so we look forward to a safe and pleasant flight with you today, and we thank you for choosing to fly with the EasyJet Pacific Line. Thank you.
Good morning, Christian. Hope you are well. Where's my checklist gone?
Please van doors and cross-check.
A couple of things I want to check there. We've checked 3 nav green. Fuel quantity is nicely balanced. Okay, so before start checklist to the line. Cockpit preparation is complete. Signs are on and auto. It is 3 nav green. Fuel quantity 6480 and balance. FMGS is set. Altimeter is 3026. Lovely. I've just asked the cabin crew to arm the doors and cross-check, so we'll get the tug driver on his way as well. Let's get that beacon light on. Check the acupressure is in the green. Transponder. Once we've got our pushback clearance. However, there's no ATC here, is there? So let's just call the pushback.
Cockpit to ground. Ground, please cancel pushback operation.
Roger, pushback cancelled.
Pushback cancelled.
Cockpit to ground.
It did that the other day.
Ground, stand by.
There we go. Here he comes. Oh! Nearly knocked my glass of Coke over. Don't want that. Nose wheel steering is disconnected. Before start checklist below the line, windows and doors are closed and armed. Beacon light is on. Mobile phone is on silent and parking brake is set. Is the beacon light on? Yes,
Okay,
it is.
sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Here comes that sun then.
Standing by for pushback.
VNAV Path, you are very, very welcome. Thanks for flying on board with us this morning. So as I say, we are going to, let's just have a quick look outside. We're going to be taxiing down across here and then down. There is our departure runway down there. Let's get back on board. Newport, Williamsburg, traffic, American 1776, pushing back onto onto taxiway, Tango.
Cockpit to ground.
I think
Go
we're
ahead.
completely on our own here.
We are cleared for start and push. Parking brakes set.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Loving the jazzy American
Parking brakes are
coffee cup
released.
as well.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Yeah, we'll start in the sequence.
Slow down that tug speed. Alright, so engine mode selected to start. Starting engine 1. Is the bleed air on? Yes. Just thought I'd check. You never know. Look at those shadows in the early morning sun. Christian, in fact, I'm not real. I'm just the Alexa or Siri version of Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Have me built into the next release. Looking forward to landing in Florida in a couple of hours' time.
Ladies, gentlemen and channel members, on behalf of the crew I ask that you now please direct your attention to the monitors and cabin crew as we review the emergency proceeds. There are 6 emergency exits on this A320neo. Please take a minute to locate the one closest to you and note that it may be behind you. Count the number of rows to the exit. Should the cabin experience a pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from your cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this and pull the strap to tighten it.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Your own mask on first before helping others.
Parking brakes set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Evacuation. Leave all your carry-on luggage.
Rain, you would join me, but you're too lazy to open up Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Ground startup is
It
complete.
can take a while.
You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Cleared to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Carry-on luggage is stowed away safely
Holding
during
position,
flight.
waiting for the visual.
whilst we wait
Thank
for
you, and
takeoff,
goodbye.
please take a moment to review the safety
Must be careful not to clip our
safety
wing
card
on
in
that
front
building.
of you. Electronic devices must now be switched off or turned to airplane mode until we instruct you that it is again safe to use them. Our cabin service will commence once we are in flight. If you are
Engine number 2 starting.
now join the channel as a member and take advantage of the extra perks to make your journey with us more enjoyable. Thank you for your attention and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Just grab the C of G while I'm here, 23.8. We'll set that once engine number 2 has stabilised. So is there anyone from the USA actually in the chat room today, or are you all still in bed? I think you're about, are you 5 or 6 hours behind where we are? Airport that we're departing from in Newport is 5 hours behind us. Christian, it's time to shop the low scenery for Warbeck's. You guess it won't get any cheaper. Hasn't that just been handcrafted by Zobo? Is low Zurich? It is Zurich, isn't it? What a gorgeous sight. Dave Hudson, afternoon all. You're skiving from work to watch this. Glad to have you on board, Dave. Okay, so engine 2 is stabilised after start flows. Engine mode selector to normal. APU bleed off, APU master off, anti-ice not required. Spoilers, rudder, flaps 1. Set that trim position, which was 23.8. There we go. After start checklist, anti-ice not required. ECAM status is checked. Didn't start the timer there. ECAM status checked. Pitch trim 23.8. Rudder trim 0. Let's do our flight control check while we are nice and stationary. So full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral rudder, full right rudder, full left, neutral. Oh, Christian Lowe's Vienna. Fair enough. Apologies. I can't remember them all. I don't need to remember them all. Only the one I'm flying to and from. Okay, all is looking good. Pushback tug is clear. Let's announce our taxi clearance. Newport, Williamsburg, traffic, American 1776. Taxiing now via Tango and Delta to hold short of runway 25. Mountain Man 73, Georgia, USA. Great to have you on board this flight. Okay, taxi light coming on. Parking brake off, and let's go. Carl, I am indeed using the TCA Airbus side stick and quadrant. I have the TCA Captain Pack Airbus edition from Thrustmaster. Frame rates are very, very good this morning. In fact, excellent, I would say. Beautiful and smooth. Durham, North Carolina, Flying Bull. Good to have you on board as well. Say hello to all our American cousins this morning. Not too fast there as I ding the cabin crew. Raim, how do you remove the hold? It messes up your flight plan. What hold? There shouldn't be a hold in your flight plan. The Airbus isn't capable of it just yet. Well, of course, it is in real life. I just mean in the sim, of course. Carl, if you have a problem with the detents, then just make sure you calibrate it on the... there's an aircraft over there who's not communicating on Unicom. Am I on Unicom? 1228, yeah? I am on Unicom. I've not heard anything. So I'm going to continue to cross. He doesn't look to be moving. We'll do all our PES checks and things. I'm just going to get those strobe lights on because It could potentially be an active runway if it's not being controlled. This is where we get smashed into from the other side now, isn't it? Oh, I love that morning sun. Raim, that random look that you may have seen on your flight plan is most probably the custom flight plan manager doing its thing. It tends to sort itself out the closer you get to the airfield as you start to slow down. Look at the glare and the reflection right there off the base at the back of the glare shield. Mr. Kevin, good morning from Raleigh, North Carolina. Good to see me on this side of the pond. It's not often. It's not often. Good morning, J-Hog. Hope you're well. Okay, QNH is now 3024. Makes no difference to our performance. We're still going to be doing a toga takeoff. Engine out procedure, no idea. I'm heading back to the VOR behind me if I have a problem. Departure is straight out and then turn to our first waypoint. Stop altitude, we've selected 18,000. Let's do our before takeoff checklist. So flight controls have been checked, departure briefing is confirmed, flaps setting config 1, FMA and takeoff data 135 blue, 140 magenta, climb nav blue, 1FD 2, 18,000 blue and toga. Transponder is set, ECAM memo takeoff, no blue, flyback stowed. Fred, I have no idea when holds will hit the developer version, guys. Great to see the video from FlyByWire though the other day, wasn't it? So still not heard any sort of communications from that aircraft on the ground. Don't think I've got live traffic turned on as well. In fact, no, I turned it off. That could have been responsible for it, but yeah, as I say, don't think so. Nice long taxi. Pretty certain those signs are facing the wrong way. Yeah, how do I runway and taxiway textures look so good? So I use the Rex airport textures. If you've not seen that, go and check it out. It is brilliant. The textures look absolutely fantastic, don't they? And they're not the same at every airport either. So they are different. So yeah, it looks really nice. Okay, let's get ourselves lined up and waiting at the stop line. Then we'll do a couple of other checks, get the lights on, and be on our way. So our approach path looks clear, and what are the brake temperatures? Yeah, brake temperatures are fine. I've never seen them much above 10, to be honest with you, maybe 20 when taxiing, which is perhaps a little cooler than they would be in the real world. Okay, let's get everything ready and we'll get ourselves lined up. So we'll go strobes, lights, pack 1, pack 2, and
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff, please.
get the radios on. Newport, Williamsburg, traffic, American 1776, departing now, runway 25, departure to the southwest. Ryan E, good morning. Gordon Walker, thank you for subscribing. Hope to see you on many more flights in the future with us. Video Nasty, are those Rex textures on sale too? Ah, well now is a great time to go and get it. Go, go, go. What on earth is that? Do you know what? I am just, while there's nothing here, I'm going to check something. I don't normally pause the sim whilst I'm flying, but let me just check my data. Real world traffic is off, multiplayer is off, yeah, so that's some clown on VATSIM. Okay. Release that parking brake. Before takeoff, checklist below the line. Cabin is secured, engine mode selector is normal, TCAS, TARA packs are off, anti-ice not required. And let's go then. So takeoff. Start the chrono, 50% N1, side stick half forward, and set takeoff thrust. Man Toga, SRS and runway.
Check.
V1, rotate.
Traffic, I'm landing up on runway 25 behind the American A320.
Nav,
Right. Gear up.
get the gear up. And we'll have lever climb now. Thrust climb. Climb. Autopilot 1 engaged. Pack 1 coming on. Quick look as we depart, and then I need to get back in the flight deck to check S speed. Barry Bardson. No, I didn't. I left that to see if anyone would notice. There we go. S speed. Flap 0. Spoilers disarmed. Pack 2 coming on. Alright, we should be on the ground then at around 13:45 Zulu time. Donovan Ross on Facebook, you're watching from Jamaica. Thank you so much. No great cloud layer either. Happy to tell the cabin crew they can be released. Want some drinks on this flight, right? It is Thanksgiving. So we're climbing up initially to an altitude of 18,000 feet. Barry, I'm glad you noticed. Makes it worthwhile now. So regarding the packs, it's completely airline stops. Some airlines turn them off for departure, gives engines better performance. Some airlines at the moment, because of COVID, they leave them on. SOPs I use though still have them turned off. Just remember to turn them back on. Passing 5,500 feet, all is looking good. And do you know, I don't fly in the USA enough. Maybe I need to start a second channel. Or we just need to do, we need to set up an EasyJet USA airline. Virtual, of course. But I do love the scenery.
American 5665, taking runway 25.
I do love the scenery that we get from the USA. 8,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll shortly begin our cabin service as we continue to climb to our cruising altitude. You may now use your electronic devices. Rechargeable battery packs are also available to purchase from our cabin crew. You can also ask them about joining our frequent flyers and becoming a channel member. Thank you.
Coming up on 10,000 feet, landing lights coming off. Christian, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, Christian Taco in the world. So all our lights are now off as we pass 10,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and clear the RadNav page out and onto the prog page. Flight level 340, cruising altitude today. Happy to accept that. So let's set flight level 340. So I've got open climb 340 blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign has now been turned off. You are now free to move around the cabin and the toilets are now available. However, when in your seat, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Christopher Shaw, good afternoon. And Christian, you're in Barcelona. Oh, it's good morning. It's good afternoon then to you, isn't it? Must be coming up to siesta time. Kelvin, thank you for subscribing. And I do that on Twitch. Sadly, I have no experience with Rex Weather Force. I've never had to use it. I do have it, but as sort of a backup in case live weather goes down. But no. Some guys in the chat may do though, so feel free to reach out to them. You'll find the EasyJet Sim Pilot community is made up of an incredibly helpful bunch of people and very, very knowledgeable. Repeat, what are my graphics settings? Great question. If you watched the last live stream we did, landing in Montpellier a couple of days ago, Tuesday evening I think it was, right at the end of that someone asked me the question, so I quickly showed them, so you'll be able to go ahead and get those from the end of that stream. And we're on our way to Florida, ladies and gentlemen. We're just monitoring all the instruments now as we go through the climb, but other than that, we can sit back and relax a little bit. Christian, no siesta there. You're working straight through till 6 PM. Well, I suppose you need less of a siesta when it's not 40 degrees, right? Red October, that flight attendant is rather forceful. Good, they need to sell you stuff. I really like the American Airlines livery as well. Christian, you wish you were going to Florida. Yeah, it'd be nice in real world, wouldn't it? Sadly for us, it's just virtual. Christian, you've treated yourself with the Vienna and the Newcastle scenery, right? Well then, Christian, looks like we're going to have to fly to Vienna or Newcastle, just so you get your money's worth. In fact, Christian, when was the last time you flew live with us? Can't remember. Yeah, so Orbex have got a great sale on at the moment, haven't they? Take advantage of that. Like you said a little bit earlier, it's never going to be any cheaper than it is right now. Quick scroll through of that operational flight plan then. Let's have a look right down at the bottom, see if we're going to hit any nasty weather or anything daft. I don't think so, to be fair. Oh, there's a jet stream. We'll watch those winds blast us from the west then as we fly. In fact, you can start. They're starting to build up now. If we have a look. Christopher Shaw, do you still get free drinks? Oh, of course you do. You're a channel member, Christian. It goes without saying. Coming up then on flight level 220. Alex, have I switched to the developer or stayed with experimental? I'm on the developer, which is the experimental, as was. Quite a hazy morning, isn't it, over the eastern coast of the USA just here? Christian, it's a long time since you flew on VATSIM. You haven't even installed VPilot since you reset your Windows. You should really get back into that. Of course you should. Yes, definitely. Christian Tucker, which is everyone's favourite US airline, or one you'd like to fly in someday? You like Delta, but you'd like to try JetBlue. JetBlue now fly direct from Heathrow to New York using an Airbus 321. I kind of wonder if that's going to be the future. Airbus have been very shrewd business-wise there, haven't they? Using a narrow body to cross the Atlantic. In a world where Zoom calls and video conferencing seems to now be the future, business airline travel may not be as big as it was. Certainly fair to say COVID-19's affected every part of humanity. Shadowhawk 43K, you like United. I'm trying to think who I flew to New York, who I've flown to New York with. I've been to New York twice. Oh, first time I was about 14, 15. I flew with Air India, which was a transit flight sort of view. That it flew from Delhi to Heathrow and then carried on to JFK. Barry, that cannot be comfortable, a narrow body aircraft for such a flight. Well, strangely enough, you read the reviews on it and they say actually it was really, really nice. Really well done, really well kitted out. Christian, you actually have no idea about US Airlines, but you do like the Alaska Airlines livery. That's the one with the face, right? Sorry if that's rude. I have no idea who that face is of. Sorry, I'm a European flyer. Still seeing that wind starting to increase. Christian Tucker, you did Barcelona to Newark and then back to Barcelona on a Continental 757. The longest I've ever been on a 757 was down to Cape Verde, Sal, Cape Verde. And that was with TUI, or was it Thompson back then? I can't recall. Christian, yeah, you've no idea either, but yeah, it's the one with the face. Good to know you're as ignorant as I am, Christian, about these things. Now I was just saying, I'm thinking, we're now going to have to check whose face is that on the on the Alaskan Airlines livery. I'm sure someone will let us know. So what are we now? Flight level 290. Hey Willie, Willie says a bit of fair warning, you'll be co-hosting the show, the Haggis and Bulteen show, when we hit 20,000 subs. Where are we at the moment? I think we've still got a way to go before we're getting close to 20,000. We're going to have to do another full day in the life of a pilot, aren't we? Did we do that for 10,000, I think, didn't we? Did that for 10,000 subs. So the face, the smiling Eskimo face emblazoned on the tail of Alaskan Airlines is that of the late Chester Sevick, a reindeer herder and phenomenal Eskimo dancer who for years greeted tourists getting off the plane at, where's that? Kotzubu? No idea. Alaska. Ah. Nice. And Red October. Oh, hang on. You said someone different. Oliver Amuak? Is it Oliver or is it Chester? I've no idea now. An Eskimo dancer. That's good enough. Oh, and Jayhawk's chipped in as well. With another name. Linus Mac McGee. Rain, is no smoking off? No, it's not. You just don't have an ECAM warning when you're above a certain altitude. I forget which altitude it is. But no smoking signs are on. It's just not cluttering up the upper ECAM. If you've got something there, your eyes are drawn to it, because usually if there's something there, it's telling you that something's armed or something's happening that should or shouldn't be. Willie, you're surprised they still use the term Eskimo in the US. It's actually a slanderous term. Is it? I'm going to have to remember never to say that again then. Red October, let's just pretend it's all of them. Jayhawk, it's Eric Donkelschultz. We may as well just make one up. At least amalgamate all those names together. Right, what's our VS? 1,200 feet, that's fine for TCAS. Yeah, Christian, let's just say it's an airline with some guy's face on it. Works for me. If you remind me, guys, when we're coming to land, I might get the replay in as well. Let's just take a look at our flight routing, see if we can save any time today. I mean, not too bad, to be fair. There's a little leg we could possibly cut out there. It's not going to save that much time, to be honest with you. It's a fairly straightforward routing. Sort of from, is it Deddy? We could cut from Deddy to Whitehawk. Are they both in the flight plan? Ooh, I like that we have a manual there. This is a good opportunity to show this off, actually. It doesn't happen very often, but that flight plan discontinuity cannot be deleted because we have to fly manually. It's a manual flying sector between Airac and Kobok. Now, we can show this as well just here. So Kobok is the start of the ILS approach, and after Airac, which is just there. Well, actually, that's interesting. I might be able to I might be able to shorten that approach, to be fair, actually. After Hotar, it's got us going down to Airac, but what we could do is go from Hotar to Yejuo. Yeah, try saying that. And then we get radar vectors. Of course, this all depends. If air traffic control's online, they can sort it out. If not, we can vector ourselves in from Yejuo, which was up here somewhere. But that's not in there, then I can go in and tie that up. I might do that in a little bit, but let's just concentrate on where we are. There we go, we're now at Macau Cruise. It's up there, and we are at the top of the climb. So, before we do that, Matthew Colbridge, welcome to the First Officers Club, Matthew. Thank you so much for your kind support of the channel. Looking forward to seeing you on many more flights to come. And Matthew, if you're on our Discord server, make yourself known to us and we can let you into the members lounge. Thanks very much, Matthew, really do appreciate that. Christian, actually you can clear the flight discontinuity. You just need to clear the manual first. I'm not clearing the manual out. What a glorious day. All of those in the USA waking up to this on the East Coast. Blue skies. Bet it's cold though.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, once again, just let you know that we've reached our cruise level for the flight today. The cabin crew will be making their way around serving drinks, hot coffee, teas, etc. So please keep any aisles clear of items and we might just sit back and enjoy the rest of the flight. Thank you.
No worry, J-Hug, thanks for stopping by. If you've got to go, then something must be very serious. Maybe your cabin crew has broken down or something. Wish her well, won't you? Look at that wind coming in now. Right, let's do a fuel check as we get to Blammo. Operational flight plan. How long have we been flying for? 21 minutes. Oh, look at that. Blammo. 21 minutes and we should have about 4.7 tons of fuel on board. What do we have? 4.8. Excellent. Roland, good morning. You saw the video this morning regarding the hold feature. It's not live yet. No, coming soon. Coming soon. Alex 5050, yeah, it's nice here in Miami. Good, very good. Shadowhawk 43k, happy Thanksgiving to you too. Red October, not a cloud in the sky here in Philadelphia. Fantastic. And George Lucian, you're watching from South Africa. Oh, fantastic. And Anthony S, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Yeah, I like that there's just little pockets of thermal cloud, cumulus clouds, occasionally as you look around. Not many, it has to be said. But that's just beautiful, isn't it? There are times, you know, that I struggle to sleep, and I sometimes think, should I go downstairs and do a stream? And I think, well, realistically, I'd probably be better off flying in America in the middle of our night. So I was awake last night to about 2 a.m, 2:30. Right, I could just get up and do something productive rather than lay here in bed and try and sleep. And I was very close to getting out and coming and doing like would have been a middle of the night stream here. But if I'd have come to America and flown an American Airlines flight, that would have been something different. Maybe I could moonlight as a Spirit Wings pilot in the middle of the night. That'd be different. Christian, there's people celebrating Thanksgiving, and I'm sat here in Germany and have to look at all the people decorating their homes with Christmas decorations already. Oh, Christian, don't get me started on Christmas before December the 1st. I love Christmas, but not before the end of November. Now, Willie's in agreement. Not here, not until the first day of admin. Oh, Willie, I wish I could say that everyone around where I live is the same. Although, to be fair, actually, I don't think I've seen any houses done up. It's all the shopping centres, isn't it? They're all done up. Or as we're in America, the shopping malls. Anthony S., what do I think of AIG? Oh, I think it's great. Absolutely fantastic. Now guys, as you're watching the stream for me, I've just noticed with this camera view, as you're watching the stream, look at the bottom right hand corner. Look at the bottom right hand corner and you will see how we are being blown across to the left from that jet stream that we saw on the Sigma charts a little earlier on. Could I have a... let me just look down there. I'm not sure if that helps actually. You can kind of see it from that angle as well. Charles Johnson, good day to you, sir. Hope you're well. Thank you for watching. A little bit of wing flags there as well. I love seeing the double strobe flash now. Much better. Very Airbus.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to commence our service of hot drinks and alcoholic beverages. Please assist us by ensuring your tray tables are down and that the aisles are kept clear of bags. Our drinks menu can be found in the pocket in front of you. We serve a variety of local and international coffee, tea, beers, wines, and spirits. Please note that alcoholic drinks will not be served to those under 18 years of age. We accept payment in cash or credit and debit cards. Thank you for your support of this channel.
So I'm going to go in and have a look at that flight plan, see if we can just tidy it up a little bit. Get us a more direct routing in, see what we can do. So there's the manual leg after Habik. Let's see. So I wanted what have we got? Why is Habik up there? That's not where Habik should be. Red October. Yeah, that's a good point actually. No alcohol if you're 18. 19 or 20 in the US, it's party time. Yes, indeed. Well, we're a European registered aircraft normally. Reese Ireland on Facebook, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I think I'd rather celebrate a Thanksgiving than I would Halloween, bringing it back round to that line of conversation again. Not really sure what we'd be giving thanks for. Oh, I'm being a complete numpty. I'm looking at the wrong airport on the chart. For some reason, I'm thinking we're going to Jacksonville, Florida. We're not. We're not going to Jacksonville. We're going to St Augustine, which is down here. So actually, Habik is spot on. So from Habik, we'll then fly the manual leg as suggested. We'll just track outbound down to Kobok at that point. So that's yeah. No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. let's just work out how we're going to do this approach then. We've got altitudes on here. They're of no relevance to us. I'm not going to be 4,000 feet at hot hour. That would burn some fuel. So we want to be 3,000 feet at Kobok. Let's get some stuff in the fixes page then. So, get that out of the way. C-O-B-O-K. So if I want to be 3,000 feet at that particular point, and we're flying at 34,000 feet, we'll start our descent. We need time to slow down as well, so I reckon 31 times 3 is 93. That's 93 miles. We need time to slow down. Let's go with 110 miles top of descent, and then we'll work it from there. Okay, so there is our top of descent in. I'm also going to extend the runway centre line so I can see it. Christian, that's how people end up at the wrong airport. Well, it's been done before, hasn't it? As crazy as it sounds, you wouldn't think it possible. Alright, I'm one man here. But when there's two of you guys sat, and you're meant to be cross-referencing everything, I just do not understand how you can land at the wrong airport. But there you go. Google it. It's happened plenty of times on commercial flights too. Dwight, you've just got a nosebleed. Have I got the cabin pressure altitude settings right? I didn't actually cycle through the SD pages once we got there, but pretty certain. Yeah, cabin altitude 6,200 feet. You don't want it much more than 8,000. Where are we landing? What's the name of the what's the ICAO code of the airport? I'll say I honestly don't know. It is Kilo Sierra Golf Juliet. Kilo Sierra Golf Juliet. Runway 31. And what's the radial there? It's going to be 132. Oh, the radial, not the radius. Clear that. There we go. Right, let's just check what that looks like now on the flight plan page as we scroll through that. There's our top of descent marker, and there's our runway track. I can just see it showing. There we are. Tim Kerry, you did the Gatwick Thompson 757 to Sal Cape Verde in November 2009. Not much leg room, and you descended very quickly from top of descent. Well, Tim, that is the exact same aircraft I was on. Well, maybe not exact same aircraft. It was a 757 Thompson. It was back in 2015, I think it was. Well, let's just say things hadn't improved. Red October wasn't any US Air Force aircraft that landed in the wrong airport in Miami or Jacksonville a few years ago. Possibly. The Air Force, I think, does it more than commercial. Not that that's anything to be proud of. So, Willie, are you working hard today? Have you got 97 Excel tabs open up at the moment? We'll get some weather and see what's happening there. We'll be on the ground hopefully in less than an hour. Red October, you were close. The C-17 landed at a commuter airport in Tampa in 2020. They had to extend the runway to get it off the ground again. Oh boy, what an expensive mistake. Funnily enough, a Qatar's Air Force A Qatar Air, that's just reminded me, I think it was a C-17 Qatar Air Force flew over me yesterday, taking off from my local airport, Doncaster. How strange. Willie, don't mention the war. Nick, how do you set the autopilot to follow the flight plan? If you mean pop it into nav mode, you just simply push what is the heading bug, I suggest. Emerald VR Gaming, happy Thanksgiving to you. Hope you're having a good day. And Truffle Tiger on Twitch, thanks so much for following. If you are in the USA, and you're in the chat obviously, if you're in the USA and in the chat, what are you guys doing today to celebrate it? I mean, it's not something we celebrate here in the UK. So, love to know what it is you guys are doing. I want to change that view slightly. I don't like that view. Let's see if we can just make that a little better. See if we can get us a little closer to the window. There we go. And saved. While you don't require the flight director on, but it should be on normally anyway. But flight director bears no relevance on whether the autopilot will work or not. There's not a single VATSIM air traffic controller around us at the moment, and I'm not entirely surprised to be fair. I contemplated doing this with live traffic turned on just to see, but there you go. Red October, you're going to watch football, American football. Oh yes, of course, Thanksgiving's a massive American football day, isn't it? Enjoy time with family. Most Americans use the day to celebrate loved ones and togetherness with them. I mean, it's great. The UK needs something like that. I know we have Christmas, but then so do you guys. Dwell, so what's the point of the flight directors then? The flight directors are showing you where you have got what you... Hang on, let me go into the flight deck. Okay, so the flight directors are showing you what the aircraft would be commanding to get you on your flight route, on your flight path, the correct flight track, to get you to the altitude that you want to get. It's basically telling you, right, you've told me, the aircraft's saying to you, you've told me you want to be at this altitude and you want to be on this track. Well, then the flight directors are giving you the information saying, right, well, if you follow these flight directors, that is what's going to happen. Of course, if you set things up wrong in the FMGC, then the flight directors aren't going to give you diddly squat. They're going to be giving you duff information, and that's why when you knock the autopilot off, you should also turn off the flight directors as well when you're coming off like a prescribed track or anything. And remember, you always have flight directors off when you are flying in track and FPA mode. So yeah, the flight directors are just telling you what the, I suppose, in layman's terms, it is showing you what the autopilot will do if you put it on. Righty, any idea where I can get a flex calculator? Not one which is straightforward and simple. Mountain Man 73, you're typically cooking a big meal to sit down with a nice time with family and friends. So here's another question for you guys in the USA. Is tomorrow a holiday as well? Because I would hate to have a fantastic day with my family, a good old drink and things like that, and then thinking, oh, but I've got to go to work tomorrow. My cat's on fire. How far am I from Basel? What? About 4,500 miles away. Alex, 5150, Florida controllers always come on at night, never during the day, at least what I've seen. Is that USA night or UK time night? Willie, the flight director lights up and glows green. What else do you want? Willie, autopilot won't work without the flight director. Are you sure? Pop that back on. We've got some clouds coming in. Nice. Mr. Kevin, most employers and government agencies are closed tomorrow, and Willie says it's not a holiday per se, but most Americans take it off as part of the long weekend. That makes sense. Nick, will ever do a flight London to Sydney or something like that, a kind of charity stream? Yeah, I want to do a good long haul flight, and I mean, you know, a good 10-hour plus flight, but not one where I just set it off and disappear for 9 hours of it. But in order to do that, I'd like an aircraft that's capable, so maybe one day. Red October tomorrow is a US retail holiday. In other words, if you work for a retail or food service, it's nothing for you because everyone else is going to make your life hell and come to your place of business. Oh, Mountain Man 73, we do have Black Friday here in the UK as well. Thanks again, America, for giving us something we hadn't got before. A bit like Halloween. A slight hint of sarcasm in my voice there. Yeah, HD, it will work without the flight directors, quite right. So guys, if you're enjoying this Thanksgiving stream, please do remember to hit the like button on the stream. It really does help the channel, and I really do appreciate the likes for the stream. And of course, if you're brand new, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on that notifications bell. Willie says there's no such thing as a retail holiday. Well, not in the world of Amazon now and online shopping. Deal with that. Have I flown to Malaysia? I'm not actually sure. I don't know if we've done a flight to Malaysia. Have we? Did we stop in Malaysia on our Qantas delivery flight that we did? It was that long ago, I can't remember that now. 4 weeks of flying to Australia. That was great. Mountain Man, I tend to think it's ridiculous that we make a special shopping day. If you need something, you just buy it. Absolutely. And most deals, I don't know what it's like in the USA, but most deals we have are rubbish anyway. We have a company here in the UK called Which, and they basically debunk things and review things and all that, and they come out, and it's they're non-for-profit. They have no agenda, but they basically looked at all of the deals and things and that were currently out, and they discovered that actually 90% of them, the product was cheaper at another time. So just buy stuff when you need it. LD247, if you're on our Discord, just pop a question into the help channel of the Discord server, and there are great people in there, probably people better than me when it comes to hardware and software setup. Willie, HD did say turning off the flight directors will force the auto throttle into speed mode. That's only when you're in nav FPA, but yes. And Christian coming in with another nugget of information there. You don't even need to activate the LS push button on the Airbus. The autopilot would still follow the glide slope and the localizer. It's just an information button for the pilot. Mountain Man, if it's on sale, there's a reason. Ozzy, am I from Bristol? I didn't even know that Bristolians had an accent. I've made that word up, by the way. I don't know what a Bristol native is called. Shadow, can I help you unsuspend your VATSIM account? No, I'm not a supervisor. I think we can all agree the clouds are back to looking pretty close to what they were when the simulator was first released. That is beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, our cabin crew will be around shortly to commence our hot meal and snacks service. Please ensure that your tray tables are in the downward position. To assist our cabin crew, please keep the aisles free of bags and any other items you may have. The food and snacks menu can be found in the back pocket of the seat in front of you. There is also a children's selection of food and healthy snacks available. Please dispose of any rubbish you may have in the bag provided at the ends of the aisles. We accept payment in cash or credit and debit cards. Thank you for your support of this channel.
Barry, Bristolian is correct according to Google. Really? I took a shot in the dark. Just there. Video, what's my frame rate? I think it's capped at 35. That's through NVIDIA, by the way, not through the simulator. Ozzy, how do I get the altitude, etc. to show at the top of the stream? That's from Flight Life Studio, the banner overlay. Christian, if you watch high-resolution stream of Microsoft Flight Simulator on a smartphone, it's actually really hard to tell if it's sim or reality. I've done that, and yeah, you're quite right. Oh, guys, you can answer a question for me. Are we back in HD again? For some reason, I was down to 720 the other day. Hopefully, we might be back in HD quality again now. If you can let me know. So, who was asking me about Basel? I'm 54 miles away. Right, time to start looking at how we're going to do this descent and plan our arrival. LD247, how did I calculate the 192 and runway 28 threshold for the touch and go tutorial? I'm going to make a full video, I'm going to go through all that, but basically it was just a 90-degree angle offset from the runway threshold. Christopher, we're in 1080. Woohoo! That means you can see all my mistakes nice and clearly. Alright, so we are going to come in at Airac. We're descending down to 3,000 feet. We are going to be 3,000 feet by Cockpit, which means that I'll also be flying this little sector manually as well. Offset localizer on the approach. So let's use the map mode or the plan mode to sort this out. Alex, my window views are available in the Discord server. Okay, so I want to be at green dot speed by the time I get to Airac. On leaving Airac, we'll continue our descent down to 3,000 feet. We'll get flaps 1 out as we leave Airac and get down, and then as we turn around to the final at Cockpit, we should be more or less with the glide slope, at which point we'll decide as and when we'll use our judgment to get flaps 2 out at that point. Let's go over a couple of other things. So we're going to be landing on runway 31, the Hot R1 arrival. Hot R1, yeah, it is just the Hot R1 arrival. Transition altitude, of course, is 18,000 feet. Our platform altitude for this approach is 3,000 feet. Minimum safe altitude, I don't imagine this to be high. Minimum safe altitude 2,100 feet. I'll check the weather as well in a minute, but oh, it's American. I don't even know what this means in America. It's not a quarter of a, it's not half a mile, is it? Or half a statute mile, or even 1 or 2 miles. I actually do not know what that means. If there's any American pilots online, let me know. But decision, yeah, the weather's clear anyway, so I'm going with the lowest minimums, which, oh sorry, the highest minimums, which is 258. We'll get the QNH in a moment. Our ILS frequency is 1111, all the ones. Airfield elevation is 8. Localizer is offset by a degree, so just be aware of that. Let's talk about the missed approach. 3,000 feet on a heading of 312, which is the runway heading. Inbound to the Craig VOR on the 164 radial to Bundle, and at a distance of 17 from Craig VOR, and a hold continues climbing the whole 3,000 feet. Let's fill the RadNav out with all that information. So we want a couple of things in here. Charlie Romeo Golf, on the 164 radial, and we also want Bundy. Let's now just check out our missed approach information. So that's the runway track, and if we just go back there, we should be able to see, yeah, there it is. So climb to 3,000 feet on runway heading and inbound the Craig VOR on the 164 radial to Bundy. They should match up then. Not quite sure why they don't. But basically we go to Bundy and we hold at Bundy. That's our missed approach. 3,000 feet. Right, let's get the weather into the performance page. I'll just get the latest weather actually, in case it has changed. That'll be back in a second. Estimated fuel on board 0.4. Yeah, I don't think so. They're yet to fix that. So the METAR, let's see. Wind is 320 at 4. 10 statute miles. Clear. Temperature is 13 degrees. And altimeter is 3027. After landing, where are we going? Landing on runway 31. And we vacate left, probably on Bravo 2, looking at that, to the airline terminal, which is that tiny hut just there. Clearly not a major airport, is it? Now, one other thing I want to check out, how long is that runway? Runway 31. $7,195. Yeah, that's feet. Why are you not giving it me in meters? What was it? 7195. That's around 2,193 meters. That's long enough. Auto brake low. We'll be getting ready to go down very soon. Oh, what am I doing? Wrong page. Perf page, and QNH then is 3027. Temperature was 13. Wind 3204. Transition altitude, of course, 18,000. And the decision altitude is 258. Who was asking earlier? I saw a question that I missed and couldn't get back to. That's saying the radio had disappeared. You'll only get radio if you've got a full ILS approach available. So if you're doing an RNAV, radio will not be shown. $20 miles or so to our top of descent. Just over the Atlantic, ever so slightly now, coastline down below. Think of it this way, this flight could potentially be taking families down to Florida for Thanksgiving to spend with their friends and family. Aviation Life, good morning to you, or good afternoon. Okay, so we have our weather and landing information. The FMGC is all coded in. Landing elevation is 8. We've got auto brake low. We've done our arrival briefing. And I just want to check, do we have any other things we could pop in the RadNav page for our approach into this airport? I don't think we do. No. Never mind. We can put Charlie Romeo Golf in there if really wanted to. But that's only of use to us on a go around. Christopher Shaw, there's nothing needs to go in the radio field. No, you only use the radio if you're doing a auto land. And we'll most certainly not be doing that today, not with an offset localizer. Superdale Aviation, hello, good to see you. The experimental version is now the dev version, so the experimental version's been done away with for a little while. Willie, you've seen a film about this. The plane gets diverted to Wichita, and then you have to travel with John Candy for 2 days. I just lifted my seat up there. Right, Top of descent should be upon us. Down we go. I've lost my mouse. Highly annoying when that happens. Okay, let's get down to 10,000 feet initially. In fact, no, we'll get down to 18,000 feet given the transition altitude. So there we go. Thrust idle open descent 180 blue. We can just start to see on the nav page, on the nav display rather, the Craig VOR. Distance of 95 miles or so.
Ladies and gentlemen, take advantage today of some fantastic savings and offers from our in-flight magazine. This can be found in the back pocket of the seat in front of you. These shopping ideas and gifts offer you tax-free savings with many items not available anywhere else and exclusive to you during your flight today. Our cabin crew will be around shortly to also offer you the chance to purchase airline lottery tickets. There is a chance to win some fantastic prizes, including cash and holidays. We accept payment in cash or credit and debit cards. Thank you for your support of this channel.
Like Christian said a little bit earlier, these window views make it very difficult to tell sometimes if it's real or the simulator. And obviously the smaller the screen, even more difficult. Willie, you can't, is that can be bothered or can't be bothered with the Navigraph add-on mod to get them used in the simulator? I can't. I use it sometimes if I've got... I used to use it on the long haul because I used to have one PC while I was working and then the other PC obviously for simulator. But whilst, so I only had one screen, but whilst I've got two screens available, I have the external app open. Neil, anybody else having server issues this morning? I've not, no, so not sure what's happening there for you. Right, let's keep on top of this aircraft. After Habik, that's where we're going manual, isn't it? Yeah. Willie, twin screens for you or you don't fly. My cat's on fire, you've had no live weather all day. Well, this live weather appears to be working. I have seen a couple of times since Sim update number 7, live weather sort of randomly being injected. In fact, it happened the other night, didn't it? On the flight to Montpellier. Let me just clear that company message off. That's a meta that I hadn't read. Oh, wrong page. There we go. Anthony S, you just wish the nav panel would say logged in once you've done it once. Yes! That would make a massive difference. Because of course we've got the charts on the flypad as well now, haven't we? Thanks to FlyByWire, which is nice and realistic, but still a little buggy, particularly with having to log in every time. Video Nasty, your live weather wouldn't work at all yesterday afternoon, but last night it worked fine again. Yeah, there's no real reason for it, is there? Not that I can come up with. Oh Neil, I've not seen that happen before. If you've got no live weather, on night traffic, and when you click on the airport activity panel, it just says servers offline. No, I've never seen that. Willie, you'd be happy if the Navigraph standalone app would stop signing itself out. Stop signing itself out. It reminds me of a phrase that my well now 6-year-old said when he was younger, and I put it on Facebook. Just so that every year I got a reminder of it. We were sat having tea once. He must only have been about 2, maybe 3. We were sat having tea once, and at the table behind us is the French doors out into the garden. And he sat looking out into the French doors, and it was absolutely lashing it down with rain. It was like a monsoon. We sat there eating tea, just the 3 of us. The girls weren't around at this point, and in the most grown-up Yorkshire accent, he turned around and went, "Daddy, is the rain chucking itself down?" I think I spat my dinner out. Just the way he said it. And the use of that particular way to ask the question. Is the rain chucking itself down? Speed, Alt, Star. Let's continue down to 10,000 feet. Thrust idle, open descent. And 3027, that QNH. Oh, that's interesting. What's happened there? Super Aviation, how to use the fix option, for example, if I have to do a go around and I have to put the waypoint of the Mr. Process configured. Super Aviation, there's a video on the channel tutorial explaining how you can do all that, how to work out the top of descent and pop that in, and then put in all the waypoints and that for working your way around, and that it's all there for you. Definitely worth a look. 45 miles to go. Profile's not looking back. And we're now at 15,000 feet. Christian, you just went off to refresh your knowledge about the use of brake fans. When, why not? And ended up reading about 1,000 words. You can get sucked into the information, can't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, we're now descending towards our destination. There's no delays ahead of us, we should have ground very shortly. If you could please assist the cabin crew by fasten the equipment they have as they come around, and for your safety, please make sure the seatbelts are fastened, electronic devices are switched on, locked into airplane mode, and the aircraft tours will also be out of use. We hope you've enjoyed the flight, and we'll have you now on ground safely shortly.
Little there of cloud. Let me just check those temperatures. Is it going to be enough to warrant an anti-ice? I don't think so. Nah, warm enough. Anthony S, does the diesel point work as of yet, or do we have to throw the plane into approach mode by yourselves? The decel point does work, but for me it's very, very late. I don't want to start decelerating when I'm trying to capture the glide slope. So, general rule of thumb, activate it at 10,000 feet. I'm going to be doing that pretty soon. Darren Gardner, good afternoon to you. Hope you're well. So I'm going to roll that speed back to 10 as we get to 10,000 feet, back to 250 knots. Dr. Magic, hello, damn meeting ran over. Where are we? We're on approach. We are about 25 miles away from the airport. That's not track miles though. Track miles to go. Oh, actually, it's saying 26. Oh, that's because of the manual. Yeah, no, we've got. You're back at just the right time. Okay, speed alt star 10,000 feet. We're going to continue that down to 3,000 feet, but we're nicely below the profile now, so we'll go down at 1,200 feet per minute. That's good. 10,000 feet. Let's get the lights on. Activate that approach phase that we just spoke about a moment ago. And the airport, although we can't see it, should be straight in front of us. There's the Florida coastline. Dislike my video? How do I calculate the top of descent? Basically, it's the altitude you need to lose multiplied by 3. Or the altitude you need to lose divided by 1,000, then multiplied by 3. But there's a video on the channel which explains about how to calculate the top of the descent, so worth going ahead and checking that out. Rolled that dial the wrong way just there, didn't we? Our flight time today was tipped to be 1 hour 29 minutes, so we're looking good at the moment. Dr. Magic, you've just been informed your flight sim Saturday session has to be cancelled as I'm under orders to go to Meadow Hell with the wife. Dr. Magic, I didn't realise you were quite so close to me. Well, you may not be. People travel far to go to Meadow Hell, but I'm only a few miles from there. It takes me about 15, maybe 20 minutes to get to Meadow Hell. Okay, so we're now in heading mode. Oh, Ryan E, good spot. That was a subtle question. Christian, yes, Meadow Hell is indeed a shopping mall. We haven't picked up any ILS yet. What's in the RadNav field? 111.1. Yeah, that's the right one. Well, mind you, we are at 7,000 feet. Ooh, the sun glare then. That made me recoil. How amazing is that? Okay, we're going down the green dot. Hey Scott, how are you? I've just brought her a couple of degrees round to the left just to account for that wind. Rich from Sheffield. That's the first time I've seen someone with the name Sheffield in the chat. Good to meet you, Rich from Sheffield. You're closer. How many miles? How long would it take you to get to Meadowhall? I bet they've got all their Christmas decks up, haven't they? Christian, shopping with the wife or girlfriend. For this occasion, the hip flask was invented. Okay, now we're going to go thrust idle, open descent. Get ourselves down to that platform altitude, meet the glide slope. We'll make our right base turn in a moment. I think it's guys, isn't it, that are fueling online shopping. I don't mind online shopping, I don't have to move. Ridge takes you about 10 minutes to get there. Yeah, it's about 15, 20 for me, straight down the M1. That sun glare really does affect the visibility of the navigation display.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fasten seatbelt sign has been turned on. Please ensure that your seatbelt is securely.
Here comes the glide slope. Start configuring, flaps 1. Speed checked, flaps 1.
Provided for our passengers travelling with small children. Please ensure that they are secured safely and ask a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. The toilets will now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned on. Whilst seated, please find the airline magazine in the front pocket, providing you with lots of information about the channel and the perks of becoming a channel member. Thank you.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing.
So we're rolling back now to 180 knots, and with that we'll just continue to get down to 3,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be relieved to know we are about to land. Please make sure you are seated with your belts fastened and your trays in the upright position. Please turn off all electronic devices until after landing. Thank you.
Okay, we've got a flight plan page. We can now go back and go direct to Corbach, which is going to bring us around now to get us lined up on the ILS. So we're back in nav mode and speed alt star as we come up on 3,000 feet. Christian Meadowhall, 10 minutes, the N1 circles the map, time for some stalking. I'll give you a hand, Christian. It's the Mike one, not the November one. Glide slope, lock, blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. In fact, let's just keep this in heading mode. Might as well. Give us a nice capture. Nicely beneath the glide slope at this point. 17 miles out. Came on Facebook. We are off to St Augustine in Florida. Allegedly the oldest town in the USA. Tim R, it's your local airport. Not too many A320s landing there, you gotta say good luck. It's long enough. Just. Lockstar. Two-Tone Gamer, welcome to the First Officers Club. Two-Tone, thank you so much for your support. Hope to see you on more live streams as well. And if you are on our Discord server, please get yourself known to me. We can get you added into the Sorry, I was just checking something. Yeah, we'll get you added into the members lounge. Two-Tone Gamer, thank you very much. Really do appreciate your support there, Two-Tone Gamer. Willie, just for some extra fun, turn off the flight directors and the landing system. It'd still work. Here comes that glide slope. 12 miles. Oh, I can't put the replay mode on. Do you know what? I can. There's not that much traffic on VATSIM, is there, at the minute? And we'll do it quickly. There we go. You see, you have to do this every time, don't you? Enable replay panel, that's done. There's the replay panel. Exit dev mode and start recording. There we go. Hey Two-Tone, sorry being backseat. Yeah, good to have you on board. Glide slope start, Mr. Approach altitude is set. Okay guys, so any ideas what I'm thinking right now as I'm on the final little bit of approach? Apart from the fact we didn't run the approach checklist, but all is good. I'll give you another 2-3 miles, then I'll give you the answer of what I'm thinking. There's the offset localizer. You can see it is offset indeed as well. That doesn't line up with the runway. But that's fine. So stay tuned after we've landed. I'll get us a nice replay after this, hopefully. Kim, am I thinking food?
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Seven miles. No, I'll tell you what I was thinking. I'm actually thinking at the moment I've got a tailwind. What I'm expecting to see though is that wind is going to come round and be a headwind by the time we land. And we've only got 1,800 feet to go. So I need to be aware of those changes that are going to come up. 6 miles. Landing gear. Spoilers. Get those lights on. And then I'm going to disconnect the autopilot because, well... Offset landing. Flaps 3. Oh, why are we flaps 1? That was naughty. Go into speed. Flaps 3. Autopilot disengaged. I have control. Flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin is secured. Auto thrust speed going out to 3000 set. Landing. ECAM memo. Landing no blue. Try and focus on that touchdown zone. Now we're nicely tracking the centre line.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
I don't mind a slightly harder landing today. It's not the longest runway in the world. And so while this is deployed, we've got reverse green. Auto brake doing the job. 70 knots reverses off and down. Now's a good time to take those brake temperatures.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at our destination. The crew will now commence preparing the aircraft for deboarding. Can passengers please remain in your seats with your seat belts fastened until the captain turns off the seat belt signs. You may now turn on your phones and electronic devices. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and please consider becoming a channel member to receive extra benefits on your future flights with us. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Christian, down to VAP at minimum. Yeah, I wasn't worried. Was you? Right. I'm not going to bother parking all the way up because I am going to roll that replay. So let me just park and stop the aircraft, and then we'll check out that replay and see how that was. Let's pull that back up, stop the replay going, and oh, what have I done there? Oh, this isn't good. Guys.
20. 5.
Oh, let's try pressing the reset sequence location, shall we? Oh, that was different. Alright, let me pause and get us a bit further forward. There we go. Yeah, I should have put reset the sequence location, not set the sequence location. Now we can enjoy a view. Oh well, we did say we weren't doing real ops today, thank goodness. Good way to end the flights and stream, wasn't it? It was in Florida. It was kind of a little bit like a roller coaster. To be fair, Willie, that was my fault. I pressed the wrong button. Willie, yeah, this is inbuilt into Sim Update 7. Have you not got Sim Update 7 yet? How do you not know that? Oh, I've done worse landings. I love the fact that the replay actually does give you all the flaps and gives you all the spoilers and things. So as I pulled off to the runway in a sec, we should see the spoilers go down and the flaps retract. So I'll just let this play out for a sec. Oh, Willie, you have got it. You just can't be bothered to put it into dev mode. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain. If you remember to do it before you actually start the flight, it's not too bad. There we go. Spoilers down as we get off the runway, and flaps retracted. Beautiful stuff, isn't it? Well, guys, that is it for our special Thanksgiving stream. A huge thanks to everyone who has watched, and apologies to my American friends who will have missed the stream because they're probably in bed. But sadly, this is the only time I could get on to do this today. So a huge thank you to all of you for watching this this stream today. I'm going to pause that. I'm going to stop the camera track recording. We should then be able to go back, I think, a little bit further. Nice. So I'm going to leave you with one last replay, if I press the right button. Thank you so much to those of you who have donated and contributed to the channel during the flight today, and to our EasyJet SimPilot members, especially those new ones. Welcome on board. Looking forward to chatting with you in the future on our Discord server as well. Thank you for your support. I'll look forward to seeing you on our next live stream, which, all being well, should be tomorrow night, where we will be back doing live ops. So I look forward to seeing you all then, guys. Thanks very much, everyone. See you very soon. Bye bye.
Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
$300. 200.